critical in the banking service now. Recently, this year, we had a discussion with a client of ours who is a fintech organization. And you know, this fintech company, one of the things they are doing is that the government of the nation gave some money for the purpose of distributing to customers, to farmers. And the farmers doesn't need anything. So they just need their phone and their identifications. And from that, they get the money for the seedling. They get. So it becomes important these days that financial inclusion should be taken to the rural areas because this is where the money, government is spending about some billions of dollars just to the farmers. And without financial inclusion, that would have been very, very impossible. There would have been truncation on the way. But because of the financial inclusion that fintech has brought on board, and that's one of the things, and that the banks should do more. You know, telecoms have gone far in financial inclusion, and that's why you see many countries offering a license to telecom institution because they are helping the central banks to do financial inclusion. Now through the telecoms now, because banks still have a long way to go in financial inclusion. You can see people in the villages, they can receive money, they can do their transaction, they can make payments, and which is very critical. For me, I think banks should develop their app more now. I have a particular client of mine that I have a bank somewhere in Nigeria whereby I've never been home until August this year. Well, in the last 3 years, I've been transacting. So financial inclusion does not only involve to the rural areas, it's also involve getting your client to be able to serve your client wherever they are, all over the world, whether you are locally or without any, and that's why digital comes in. That's why digital financial inclusion comes in. Because with the apps, it is easy for anybody to be anywhere. As I said, I've been here for 3 years, until August when I travel, and I was transacting, paying bills, paying professional fees, receiving money, all, and I'm in Uganda here, all at the tip of my telephone, just press. So financial inclusion and digitally become very critical these days because you can make a payment anywhere in the world with your mobile phone, and that is the area where I'm encouraging and recommending banks should do more. Just this morning, something gets me shocked, and it's yesterday night. I just had an alert on my phone from MTN saying for keeping a particular balance in my account for certain days, they are giving interest. This is another level. This is serious threat and question to banking. Now, I thought maybe it's MTN. This morning again, Airtel gave me interest for money that has been stored on my phone for weeks I've not used. So you can see now that at the confine of your house, you can not only transact business, you can earn money without going anywhere. And banking system should make it easy for people to be able to do this activity without going anywhere. So for me, I believe that the way to go, apart from the fact that one of the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, is financial inclusion too. The way to go for any banking services these days is digital financial, reaching the unreached. As I said, telco has gone far in this regard, and banks are still far away in this regard. And I believe with digital, banks can do a lot in financial inclusion. They can do a lot. If they can partner with telco, they can partner with fintech, then it will be easy for them to reach a lot. Maybe for now, bank can stand from the perspective of partnering with telco, because many banks don't want to just go on aggressive costs when they are not sure of income. Banks can partner with the telco, with fintech now. Fintech will not have they do not have that license as a debt institution. But when banks partner with fintech, a fintech that is offering financial services via telephone to farmers in the rural area, bank can partner with them, be the customer, to that particular fintech, and through that, the customers of those fintech, they are indirectly, if you can market them, they become your own customer too. That is one of the easiest way to reach the ori. Now, that is on. You can, banks can also partner with telco, because obviously telco, although are offering a lot of banking services now, but again, they are still restricted in the number of services they can offer to the client. So again, with banks, they can also offer, they can be able to partner together and offer digital inclusion for people in the rural area, in the hinterlands. I think for me, this is a major, for now, I believe banks should partner with a lot of fintechs who are the rich, who has the resources, who are basically developing apps to ensure they read the rich. So banks can do that. And when they partner with fintech, as I said, indirectly, they are holding the clientele base of that customer, of that particular fintech. If you, for instance, the project I'm talking about with a fintech company, they have about 14,000 farmers. 14,000 farmers on the platform of the fintech, and the fintech is being banked by a particular bank. Automatically, they become a client or customer of the same bank, and which is the easiest way to reach the rich. So to me, that is my little contribution on this. I don't know whether there's any questions or contribution to that, but that is the way I see the fintech, and I say digital financial inclusions. Banks still have a lot to learn from the fintech. They have a lot of partnership to do with the fintech, because banks, because of the way they are normally structured, they are supposed to be continuous profit entity that grows in their profit. Most fintech are still running on losses. Most of them are. So banks can leverage on fintech, who is able to deploy the capital to reach the unreached using technology to reach the unreached in every interland area. I think for me, that is the easiest way to do digital financial inclusion for banks right now. And it will grow their business, it will grow their customer base, and invariably, if they're able to grow with the fintech, they can actually use it as a basis to set up branches in those interland on the unreached. Because the idea for the banks not to go to the interland, especially is when they could not see the visibility and the profit, the visibility of that particular branch or area being profitable. But when you have run it initially on the internet, on digital, for quite some months, and you're able to see that there's some profitability coming, then the bank can think of setting up a physical structure to be able to annex the opportunity in that business. And that way, it will help a lot. Maybe I talk from the area of the microfinance. The microfinance institution will also they are doing better, but they need to they also need to partner with the fintech, because the cost of developing an app and the cost of developing an app, managing an app, and running all the associated software costs might be huge on them. They also can partner with the fintech company and be able to to grow their business in the rural areas, reaching their reach by also leveraging on a fintech company who has developed an app or who is developing a particular product and services, and they can partner with them, be the bank to this fintech in their areas, and offer banking service to them, offer banking service to the fintech, and the service they can also offer to it. Because banks still have opportunity. Because, for instance, fintech cannot lend. If a fintech want to lend, he has to get, depending on the regulatory requirements. Like in Uganda, fintech cannot lend except you have a lending license. So if fintech cannot lend directly, then that means if the customers of the fintech who will be thinking of having facilities before his funding come on board, can also approach the bank the fintech. So by that way, there's a digital inclusion, financial inclusion. So to me, I think maybe banks also can get involved. Commercial bank can also get involved in see how they can partner with government. Some banks these days have what they call e-governance department. If a bank can partner with the government in certain area of agricultural investment, farmers, funding farmers, but most countries always have a huge subsidy or financial a capital to support the farmers. If they can partner with the government, they can help the government to really implement the funding assistance they are giving to their farmers. Then that using either the app or whichever way they we want to do it. But I believe that might be taking the bank out of their core area. It might be a huge project, but like a particular bank in Uganda, Stanbic is already doing that. Stanbic Uganda is already doing that. They've already got their own platform and they are already going all the way, partnering with the government of Uganda to support their farmers, developing app for them. So the beauty of digital financial inclusion is that a bank does not need to start with a physical presence in a particular location where they want to read. They can start on digital first, offering services, helping the government to disburse loans to the phones of the farmer, where they can go and buy their seedlings or the inputs they want to. They can start from that, and from that perspective, they can take it to the next level. By the time they see the profitability coming in, they cannot begin to think of developing coming up with a physical structure. And with that, I believe many banks, there's a lot of huge opportunity, huge potential in digital financial inclusion. Very, very huge. And it will be in the interest of any bank that really wants his own sort right now, a bank that wants to go far in the 21st century, in the future, in this digital era, will need to partner with a fintech. If you don't have a fintech subsidiary, you need to partner with a fintech, because fintech has a lot they have a lot of windows, a lot of leverage, a lot of opportunity to look at what is going on and how to solve problems, how to solve problems financially using their technology to bring in customers that are on bank. They do that because that's a research base, that's a research and technology base. So if a bank cannot do that now, it can also set up a fintech. And it cannot, that's why you have a lot of holding companies happening right now. You see, many banks have an holding companies now. The reason why banks all over Africa are going to old core system is simply because when you have an old core system, you can have a bank, you can have a fintech, you can have insurance. So with that, a bank can set up his own holding company, can set up a fintech company that will be funding the insurance aspect, that will be supporting the insurance business, supporting the banking, supporting the real estate, and at the end of the day, so such can serve a multifaceted function or thing for the banks. And with that, you will notice that such a bank will grow faster, even though it might incur initial high costs. By the end of the day, it will be profitable to the bank. So to me, digital financial inclusion is the way to go. And if banks are not slowing down, are not engaging fintech, though I know telco is a competition, is a major competitor for banks. But banks should see fintech as a partner that they cannot do without. And if maybe as a consultant, maybe it's a free consulting service now, the bank can think of begin to acquire a fintech company that is making losses. And that is the way they can drive their business to digital inclusion in this generation, in this century. And that's my own contribution. I don't know whether there are questions and contribution for me. Hello, Mohammed. Hello. So I welcome questions. Thank you.
Thank you for those insightful, in-depth knowledge that you've shared with us. However, you must know, we have received a question here. right?
Okay.
From the audience. Just let me have a look. Okay. So the question goes like this. It's actually a very interesting question. I mean, I have heard multiple answers for this question, but let me go ahead and put this across to you. So somebody says that you seem to be in a huge support of the fintechs and growing technology and digital financial inclusion. The banking industry is a very vast one, has been going for a long time now. The question is, are fintechs a threat to the banks? What do you think?
Should I tell you the truth? The truth and nothing but the truth is that fintech is actually a threat to the banks. That's the truth. Right, fintech is actually a major threat to the banks. And a very wise banks will begin to think of how to either acquire a fintech or partner with fintech. And I'll tell you why. There are so many fintech that have developed apps, especially in Nigeria, that you don't have any business going to a bank. Inside the app, you can pay DSTV. Inside the app, they can lend you money. They can do all manner of transactions you need there. What is again do you need the bank to do for you? And you don't need to go. Why do you want to go to the banking hall and spend hours just to get a loan approval when the fintech is offering the same thing to you online, real time? I'm telling you, maybe let me also tell you what telco has also done. I have on my own personal phone, Airtel Uganda. They say, "Oh, Mr. Bamidele, because of your transaction, we are giving you a overdraft limit of so amount because we notice you." Now they are using data now. They use data, see mobile money, say the kind of mobile funds that come to my mobile wallet, and say, wow, this guy is always having a particular amount of fund in his wallet all the time. So let's give him a limit over that. No bank has ever done that to me. A telco has done that. And a fintech is already doing that. It's a major threat. I don't need to apply for overdraft limits. They've given me the same fintech are giving me. They don't need to apply. They are giving you. So you go to bank, you go through the process of application. They say they are going to approval process. Where are you going together? Somebody has already given me. So they are major threats. And the only way banks shall mitigate that threat is either acquire fintech or partner with the fintech. But to do nothing is to remain irrelevant in the next dispensation. For a bank to do nothing with fintech or telco is to be irrelevant and to be extinct. So it's a major fintech, to answer that your question. Major threat. Maybe the next question is a threat, a major threat.
Thank you, Bamidele. No, I mean, that is highly appreciated. That was the only question. In case we do receive a question, I'll definitely make it a point to redirect it to you. Yeah?
Thank you.
All right, moving on. I think one of my favorite parts of the day, because I happen to be a part of this particular session. Now, this particular session is very, very interesting to me because this is a power panel, which is called Building Global Relevant and Competitive Economies. All right.